Okay guys, so I'm going to show you a way that I do I'm going to start doing my ridge lines. Sorry, while I get the camera kind of situated here. The way I've decided to start doing my ridge lines for either a hammock tarp or just a tarp shelter, just whatever kind of ridge line you need. I'm out tent camping right now, so I'm actually going to be setting this up for my dog, but to have him a run and hook his leash to it. So I wondered, because I'm not very good at remembering knots, and I'd seen several that were good to tighten up a ridge line, but I don't go camping enough or set one up enough to remember those knots. And maybe you can, and that's great, but if you can't, maybe this is just something quick and simple. If you're like me, you've got tons of carabiners, S-beaners, regular carabiners here, like this. Can't even remember what this one was called, but it's kind of a heavy-duty plastic. Bunch of nite-ize carabiners, size number 1, number 2s, number 4s, nite-ize figure 9, aluminum. This one is 150 pounds, and a lot of these will hold a lot more. But in case you're not familiar with figure 9, basically you're going to hook that, say if you've got a rope attached to here to your tarp and you want to pull it down tight. What I would do is have this already set up and this already attached to a stake, and you just hit it in the ground, pull this up, and loop it there like that. So basically you pull it tight and then it's done. So figure 9s are nice. That's a closed one. There's a figure 9 carabiner. I don't know if you can see that very well, but a lot more handy not having to tie it to rope. If you've already got a loop tied into something, you can just hook it on and then pull it tight with the figure 9 setup. These are my stakes for my shelter kit. I'll have to show that in another video, part of my bug out bag or get home bag. And basically I've got them wrapped. The cordage is already tied to the stake. That way I just hammer it in, or undo it all, hammer it in, and then I can just pull this and clip it on the tarp and then just cinch it up with figure 9. So a little bit quicker that way. But I've bought so many different things for shelter. These Tarp Clips work pretty good. You can get them at Walmart. I don't know if they carry this kind with the screw down, or if they carry this kind that has the slide adjustment on it. But those work nice, and you can have those in place already on your tarp, and as soon as you pull it out, you could hook up your S-beaners, carabiners, or figure 9s, or whatever you have to cinch your ropes down. I've got some of these cable cuffs that came from Home Depot, and mainly those are for keeping all your cordage together and having something to hang it on your pack with. There's different sizes of those. They're pretty cheap, $2 or $3 a piece. And another cool thing is these nite-ize cam jams. You can get these at Home Depot or Lowe's. Can't remember which one has them. Maybe both of them. I think it was Home Depot, but I know you can get them on eBay or Amazon. And basically, you're going to put the rope, your cordage. Let's see if I can find a loose end. Nope. Anyway, you put your cordage in this backside, pull it through here, and you're going to open that up and pull your cordage and drop it down in that little groove. That way, say that's hooked to your tarp and your rope is hooked to your stake, you can just cinch it, and this is spring loaded, so it jams it in there when you cinch it down, and it won't come loose. So very quick. This small one is 280 pounds max load. I think it was tested. They have some tested number on there that's like, I can't remember this one, it was like 600 pounds. The large one, let me say this one was like $8. The large one was like 13 or 14. I think actually maybe 15 something. But it has a 500 pound working load, and it's tested at 1,500 pounds. So that is a beast of a cam jam right there. So anyway, I bought a bunch of stuff like this. I don't even know what to call these, but I know janitors use them a lot for their keys. Something that I don't have any place to say anything about as far as my keys go. Looks pretty much like janitor keys, but I do construction and I'm a pastor, so there's not to mention being a prepper, so there's a bunch of junk on there I sometimes don't need. So anyway, I bought a bunch of this stuff, trying to figure out the best way to do a ridgeline. And what I decided was, I get this little couple little hooks, little carabiners that I don't have right here, and this little pulley. Everything was like $2 to $3 to $4, and basically I would have my ridgeline, just hook it on one side. When I get to the other, this will be on the ridgeline. I'll go around the tree and slip it through here, and pull it tight. So you're using a pulley to tighten it up, which should be very fast, very easy, and then have another hook on this end that I would hook it wherever I needed to. But what I was going to have to do is do this, which this, instead of buying, I don't know where my hammock went, but I've got an Eagle's Nest Outfitters hammock, and they sell the straps to go around the trees for it, but they're expensive to me when you could just use paracord. And so every 3, 4, 5 inches I put these loops. Basically I just wrap it around the tree, and the closest, tightest loops together, I'll hook the hammock in that, or wherever I need to hook the hammock to. So I've got tons of options to be able to hook that to. But that's what I was going to have to do to take this and to hook it up wherever it ended up. So anyway, I said all that to say what I finally decided was two things. One was a small carabiner, I'll show you in a minute, and one was the small cam jam. So let me show you how it works real quick. Okay, so basically right here, what you're going to do on the first side is just, see, this is a carabiner. It's a 100-pound carabiner from a hardware store. And so you're going to just throw it around the tree and hook it on the line. That way when you get to the other side, you can pull it as tight as you want. Okay, so when you get to the other side, wherever you're hooking the other side of your ridge line, I have the line fed through, let my camera focus, fed through the cam jam. So you basically just take it around your tree, hook it on the line, and it's going to be a little hard to do this one-handed, but you can already see how easy that is, and I wouldn't have to keep pulling that down if I had two hands. But basically, you're just going to pull that as tight as you can, and again, it'll work better with both hands. But there it is, as tight as you can pull it. And of course, if you've got both hands, you can work it around to the front. That way when you pull it tight, it's going to work better. And so you have a taut ridge line